Like, I'm so drawn to this, and like it feels like I'm being like swept up by a wave, and I'm just being like brought with the process. Like, it's
yes,
like,
you are.
Oh,
follow us on the journey.
On the journey, exactly. This is the journey. Oh.
We've finally made it to the most exciting part of the creative process, seeing the end result. Now that it's ready to be shared with the world, how do the professionals tie it all together into a neat package that's easy for anyone to use? We are going to show you how we do it at Rex. Rex is a strategic and creative branding agency located in Vancouver, BC. On a mission to build brands that give a shit about people, Rex helps businesses define who they are, what they do, and their impact through developing brand strategy and creative marketing execution. In this series, we'll be documenting our journey at Rex Marketing and Design as we embark on our own internal rebrand. By showing you a behind-the-scenes look at our creative process and approach to building a visual identity, we hope to give you the tools to do the same for yourself, or feel more confident in leading your design team. In the last episode, Christian and Melissa presented 3 concepts to Allison in the form of mock-up posters. While all 3 achieved the objectives of the brief, the style, impact, and overall feeling of poster 3 was chosen as the key visual. But Allison was curious to see if the team could find a way to bring the other concepts into the story as well. In this episode, we are wrapping up the rebrand process, and as we reach the finish line, the team will share how they feel now about the final product. But we're not done yet. Let's take a look inside a rebrand. In this episode, Christian and Melissa present Allison with a stylescape that has the final recommended textures, typography, and colors for the Rex brand.
A stylescape is a collection of branded mock-ups or assets that appear on a single page. It allows the viewer to get a sense of what the brand will look like across a variety of different mediums.
Nervous?
A little nervous?
A little bit.
Yeah, this is like the culmination of everything we've been working on now for the last 2 months.
I'm nervous.
What we heard from you in the last meeting is that there were different elements of all 3 concepts that you liked, and our task was to see if we could make them all work together.
Yeah.
Worst client ever.
So that's what Christian's done. We put together the stylescape, so a bunch of different mock-ups to show you the applications of what we think the different visual language and treatment can be.
Right.
And the exciting thing was it became quite easy when starting to work on this because the applications for this are limitless. Just the limits of your creativity basically, so you can just go nuts with it.
I'm so excited.
That's the preface. Give it a swipe.
Oh my gosh. Whoa. It's beautiful, guys. It's really beautiful.
Are you down for a serif subheader font? That was my biggest thing I've been thinking about.
It's the one thing I was gonna bring up.
Damn it!
So we're going to be nerding out in this episode about fonts. So let me give you some quick context. Anytime we're choosing fonts for a brand, we always choose a header, subheader, and body copy font. This allows us to clearly distinguish between sections of text and strategically draw the viewer's eye to what we want them to read. When Christian asked Allison, "Are you down for a serif subheader font?" he was referring to this here. A serif is a type of font that has flourishes at the ends of the characters. A sans serif is a type of font that does not have flourishes at the ends. We choose fonts very carefully because they play such a big role in conveying a brand's personality. Okay, now back to the action.
But here's
Finally
the thing.
some drama.
I know, but here's the thing. I'm aware that I have a prejudice against serif fonts.
Yeah.
And it's really just because of the era that I grew up designing in.
Yeah.
You know, it was just very traditional, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
The companies that tried to appear corporate would have these.
Yeah.
So it's a negative association for me. Just to sort of quell give me a minute to absorb it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing some, maybe 2 other serif options paired. Just to give me a minute to be like, no, that's my favorite.
Okay.
Killed it.
Awesome, nice work.
We did it.
We made it.
We made it there.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm so excited. Should we show the rest of the team?
Print this, put it all. Yes, let's do it.
We've been updating our other team members, Tessa and Brittany, with the progress on the rebrand along the way, but they hadn't seen the Stylescape yet. And since we're pretty much at the final product, we couldn't wait to show them and get their reactions.
Okay. Come, guys. I'm gonna move. I want you guys to see it.
Oh, thank you. So we're there? We're done?
We're there. We're pretty much.
All right.
We're dabbling with some fonts, but besides that,
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, we ready to dive in?
Do you want to switch?
Ooh, we'll do the honors.
say hello to your new brand.
Wow. I love that.
Like, I'm so drawn to this, and like it feels like I'm being like swept up by a wave, and I'm just being like brought with the process. Like it's
Yes,
like,
you are.
oh,
Follow us on the journey.
on the journey, exactly. This is the journey. Oh, I'm already like envisioning how we are going to apply this to our carousels and our Instagram
Yeah.
posts. Oh my goodness.
I think the only thing you're gonna have to like teach me is like how we can, because the dots texture is easy to work with.
Yeah.
You shove it in the corner.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a little more like
Yeah. Well, I want
challenging of how to put it on documents.
Yeah.
Or,
I kind of
like,
want to build out a big variety of these different shapes
Yeah.
that we can just kind of like plug in as like maybe it's just like a corner piece or maybe it's just a small bit
Yeah.
like an edge. And
okay.
this definitely pushed me creatively where I've never gone before, which is pretty
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. Well, I've got a bottle of champagne in the car. We could pop it.
Hey.
Time to celebrate.
Do we
Okay.
still have a bottle in the fridge?
let me drink it.
Following a pre-celebration with the team, it was time to make the last tweak Allison requested on the fonts. After experimenting with a few different techniques for typography pairings, Christian presents his favorite options.
I've been giving you a hard time with these fonts, haven't I?
No, I mean, we've only really shown you one font, so it's not like giving us too hard a time. Okay, so basically we're presenting a series of subheader options because the one that we presented in our initial Stylescape, it was maybe landing. There was a couple instances where it wasn't quite sitting right for you. So version 1 is, again, this was the font that you initially saw. It breaks down what the letters actually look like. And then, yeah, the body copy that we're using. So this is the font hierarchy for the first option.
Okay.
So version 2, using something a little bit more simplified, we were talking about, since where you've got Montserrat as the body copy, keeping Montserrat as like the subheader as well. This is one of my favorites. It's clean, it's modern, it's minimalist. It's really what we're all about, I think, too. So I think this is also a very solid option.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, version 3. So this is like a finer sans serif. It's called Optima, and it has a similar feel to that initial one that we saw, Moret. It's got really subtle flourishes, and I think it might speak to what we're trying to achieve more so than what the serif was. Like, it's finding that nice balance between the two. The final one's keeping it in this kind of flips it. It's keeping it in the grouping, so paralucent and then paralucent medium. So again, working within two fonts, just using the lighter weight. So again, this one looks, it just kind of, it really melds well together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite of the last two you just shown me.
The last two you've shown. Okay. So, how do we pick?
Oh man. Okay, so I'm just looking at the different instances of this throughout the assets.
Yeah.
I just need to look at this.
This one,
Yeah.
Optima, for me is a little bit more like dainty and elegant, whereas Paralucent is a little bit more like sturdy and has straighter edges, like on the top and
Yeah.
bottom.
Everything's a little more squared off.
Yeah.
So the elegance, I think, is what I'm drawn to. There's a level of elegance, or like it's sort of grown up. It's like we've grown up a little bit that I like. I think that's it. I'm not gonna overthink it. Yeah, I really like it. Like, I'm just looking at, especially in the proposal, it adds a warmth as well. Like an inviting quality to it. Agencies can be so stern and come across a little bit arrogant, like, look how fancy we are, you know. And there's a warmth to this that's
Well, there's a nice balance too with like the very, like Melissa was saying, the very blocky sans serif headline. So this kind of, it has that degree of elegance that you were saying that like, yeah, it brings like the care and attention that I think we bring.
I love it. Yeah, we got it.
Sweet. Nice
Fantastic, guys.
With final approval on all the visual elements, the last step of a visual identity project is completing the brand guide and brand kit, which will prepare any person on the team to design and create assets that are on brand.
How do we feel about what we ended up with?
Well, I think it's the coolest thing I've ever made, so I'm pretty stoked. It's by a long shot the most unique thing I've developed yet, so I'm so happy that it's for our own brand that I was able to do this. It's been very reaffirming for the process that we've developed now. We figured out what we do, our system, and this one felt like it was going to be the real test because, again, you know, there was all these obstacles that lay before us, and it was going to be the real one that would see, like, does this hold up against using it internally? And it did. So I'm really happy. Yeah, the whole process ran so smoothly.
I agree. I think that process is what makes or breaks the, you know, coordination and collaboration with clients in any situation, and in particular working together, you know, when we all have opinions inside our little family, and it's gone so smoothly, and what it's turned into is so amazing. I'm so excited about it. I'm so proud. I was talking about it just today to a motion graphics artist about the opportunity to animate this amazing organic entity that you've illustrated that already feels animated even in a static image. There's so much movement in it.
What's impressed me the most is how different it feels, even though we've kept some elements. Like the color family is still the same as what we had. The logo is still the same, but it looks and feels so different, like on another level, which, yeah, I was honestly surprised by. Like, I didn't really know what to expect in the beginning. Every step along the way was just more and more exciting, building towards this moment.
I feel like we're now really communicating some of the bigger, like those key concepts that we initially talked about, like energy, aurora borealis, movement, journey, melding, creativity, and you just get it right. You don't have to dig deep at all. Like, you see it and you just immediately connect. And I think that's, we achieved what we set out to do.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I just feel like we've done it. Like, that's Rex. That's who we are.
Yeah.
So before we roll the credits, we want to give you some free resources to help you implement everything that you've learned in these 4 episodes of Inside a Rebrand. We're going to be giving you 1, a creative brief template, and 2, a design feedback guide. These tools will help you start off your creative project with clear strategy and objectives, and give you prompts and scripts for better communication with your team and more effective feedback that leads to the best results. Go to startwithrex.com/insidearebrand to download these free resources. And this concludes our mini-series Inside a Rebrand. Thank you so much for watching and following along. We hope that you've really enjoyed getting this inside look at the creative process at Rex Marketing and Design. We've really enjoyed applying this process to ourselves, from creative strategy to exploration to bringing this brand to life. And one of the best parts has been sharing all of our learnings and thoughts along this journey with you. So thank you for being a part of it. Not to say that we have a perfect process by any means, but it's what we've learned over the years from other people and what we found to be really successful for our team at Rex. In case you're wondering, this by no means was a professional production. We did all of this with just our small team of 5 in our spare time, from coming up with the episode sequence to writing, directing, editing, and filming using makeshift tripods wherever we could. We didn't buy any equipment, we didn't hire any help, and it was a really fun challenge to get resourceful. We hope that as a result of following along Inside a Rebrand, you now feel more confident to lead your design team through a rebrand, knowing that you have a framework to follow. Do you want to see more content like this? Let us know what you think. If you're curious to see how we implement our brand new visual identity on all of our collateral, from our website to our social media, make sure to follow us at Rex Marketing and Design. Our handle's @StartWithRex, and we'll be sharing more of this journey with you. Thank you so much for watching.